The New York Knicks get blown out by the Houston Rockets by 12 points, 109-97. An inexcusable loss for this team. I get it. They're a new team. But at the end of the day, today was not a game of chemistry. Today was a lack of energy, a lack of attention to detail, and a lack of want to. The New York Knicks were beat on the glass 50-39, and they were 19 of 50 inside the paint. Plain and simple, the Rockets wanted it more. The Rockets beat you up, and the Knicks could not close the door in the fourth quarter. We'll talk about the game more around the corner, but the Knicks did make 2 roster moves, as they did have to get to 14 players on the roster. And the first move they made is they have made Ariel Hukporti a full-time NBA player. He was on a 2-way contract with the New York Knicks. He is no longer a 2-way player. He has signed a 2-year deal with the Knicks. Not sure why, because Tom Thibodeau continues to play Jericho Sims over Ariel Hukporti, and I say this with the most respect possible. I never want to see Jericho Sims play for the New York Knicks again. He's not an NBA player. He does nothing at an NBA level, and when he is out there, the New York Knicks look like a junior varsity team. He cannot score. He cannot defend. He cannot rebound. He cannot affect shots. The Jericho Sims experience is over. Try something else. We're looking for solutions. And Jericho Sims is not the solution to the problem that the New York Knicks have at the backup center. Let's try Ariel Hukporti. Every time he plays, he gives you more juice, he gives you more energy, and he gives you more production. There is no need to try Jericho Sims anymore. He is worse as a player now than when he came into the NBA. Because if you don't get better, you get worse. The Knicks have also signed Matt Ryan to the New York Knicks. They selected him in the G League draft, and the Knicks are adding the sharpshooting wing. He has spent time with the New Orleans Pelicans. He has spent time as well with the Los Angeles Lakers, and he is going to add potentially some shooting from downtown for the New York Knicks. Matt Ryan in his NBA career is shooting 41.1% from 3 on 2.9 three-pointers attempted. Last year, Ryan shot 45% from 3 on 3.3 attempts from downtown. So with the Knicks tonight scoring 3 points off the bench, maybe he could bring some scoring and some shooting to the second unit. I'm not sure how much he is going to play, but I know this. It is November 4th, and Tom Thibodeau just played Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges 40 minutes, and they ran an 8-man rotation, and Jalen Brunson did not come out in the second half. That's not sustainable. This is why the New York Knicks, though, made the moves that they did. It's a breakdown from Keith Smith. He says, if the Knicks sign Ariel Hukporti to a rookie minimum deal and Matt Ryan to a veteran minimum deal on November 5th, they'll be just shy of $596,000 under the second apron. That's enough room to sign a second prorated veteran minimum contract deal on February 24th for the 15th spot. Then you see the reply on Twitter say, so essentially they can get Shamet back after his rehab is over and remain under the second apron. And Keith Smith says, yup. So that will be the New York Knicks plan. This is what the New York Knicks roster looks like at this point. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, with Campaign, McBride, Dottier, Achua, Sims, Kolek, Ryan, and Hukporti, with Mitchell Robinson still on this team, as he is going to be out with that lower leg injury till at minimum the beginning of January. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Put out free, informative, entertaining updates every day. And when the Knicks make a move, we make a video. So go down right now and hit that big red sub button. Coming up next, Knicks versus Rockets reaction. It was a disgusting game from the New York Knicks from the tip. But first, I got to give a major shout out to our proud sponsor, DraftKings, our proud sportsbook partner here at Knicks Now by Chat Sports. And if you use that promo code KnicksChat, you're going to get $200 in free bets when you make your first $5 bet. The NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. First time, new DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NICKSCHAT. That's code NICKSCHAT for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/BBALL.
Shout out to DraftKings, our proud sportsbook partner. On our Knicks Now stream, the watch party we had in the Rockets game. Unfortunately, the Knicks did not come out on top, but I did have Rockets first quarter money line. That did hit. Karl Anthony Towns threw 35 points, rebounds, and assists. That hit as well. Fred VanVleet was chucking them up all night, but could not hit 3 3-pointers. So, one for my last 3 on Smitty's same game parlay. If you're going to tail me, if you're going to fade me, just make sure you go and do it with our proud sportsbook partner, DraftKings.
Shout out to DraftKings. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and the description of today's show. All right, the New York Knicks just simply were not good enough. And I honestly thought that they looked unprepared. Tom Thibodeau was out-coached. And from the beginning of the game, they just looked disinterested. I don't know if it was the flight to Houston. I don't know what it is, but the Knicks trailed for 48-minute game. I bet they trailed for the final 42 minutes of the game. Got out to an early lead, and then they blew that. Cat got into foul trouble. Cat could not guard Alperen Sengun. And Jalen Brunson couldn't close the door. And at the end of the day, in this league, you need your best players to be the best players. And Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns were not the best players. Jalen Brunson missed 4 straight shots to close the game. The game was at 3 points at one point. The game was at 2 points at one point. The game was at 1 point at one point. But it's not a comeback, I have learned, until you come all the way back and take the lead. Pass the ball, Jalen Brunson. Look, you're down 3, and you drive into the lane, and you take a spinning fall-away contested 2 when the Knicks have been getting easy looks in that fourth quarter. I'm not going to overreact here. There's nothing to take away from this game about Brunson. Simply put, you just need to be better. Just need to be better. Mikal Bridges finishes the game 6 of 14. Knicks need him to be way better. You traded 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. 15 points on 42% from the field is not who the Knicks traded for. Couldn't keep VanVleet in front of him in the first quarter. He lit him up. Couldn't keep Jalen Green in front of him. Mikal Bridges needs to be way better. Josh Hart played great. He had a lousy first quarter, and then he turned it up. 12 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds for Hart. He brought energy. He gave you what he could. Just not enough. OG Anunoby was the best player for the Knicks tonight by far. 5 of 6 from 3. I didn't think he did that good of a job on Alperen Sengun in that fourth quarter when they needed stops. But overall, his ability to knock down shots is what kept the Knicks in this game. He was 4 of 4 from 3 in the first half. Don't know why he only shot 2 threes in that second half. Knicks just need to be better. Just need to be better. Miles McBride, wake up. Wake up. Part of the reason the Knicks traded Dante DiVincenzo and felt comfortable doing so is because they thought Miles McBride could take a leap. Miles McBride now, in his last 3 games, is shooting a crazy, awful percentage. He was 3 of 8 versus the Heat, 4 of 12 versus the Pistons, so 7 of 20, and he was 0 for 9 tonight. Deuce McBride in his last 3 games is 7 of 29. Your guys just weren't good enough to win the game today. You got out-rebounded. You got out-gritted. You got out-grinded. The Rockets wanted it more. And for a veteran team, that's a little disappointing. I'm a little upset. I think everyone has a right to be upset about that game. Not supposed to lose the Houston Rockets by 12 points. Knicks need to get it going. 3-3 to start the year. Everyone needs to be better. From Brunson to Cat to Bridges to Deuce and to Tom Thibodeau. I don't think he had his team ready to play today. I don't think he had the best game plan. And I personally think that Ime Udoka took him to the woodshed. Make sure you are following me on social media. We could talk more about this game. Still very early. Doesn't matter what happens in November. I thought it was a lousy effort from the Knicks. I think the effort, the scheme, and the talent was good enough to win. We'll see you later.